Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Meg's Movies. If you are new to this channel, this is basically where I talk to you guys about my passion for movies. This goes from collections, hauls, reviews, and today's video, so let's get into it. Okay, so I had to do a review for this film, and that is Abigail. So I saw this the other day with my mum in the cinema. It's a vampire film. It's a radio silence film, and it's a horror film. So, of course, I had to make sure I saw this on the big screen. But the question is, did I enjoy this film, or did I hate it? Let's get into my review. Okay, so just to give you a very basic plot summary, we are following this group of criminals who have kidnapped this little ballerina child. I think she's like 12 or something like that. This young girl, basically to hold for ransom, and what they don't realise is that she's a vampire. And obviously, like, a lot of things happen. I'm not going to say any more about the plot, because if I say any more, it might spoil it. I mean, the trailer pretty much does it already. So I'd say if you're going to go into this film, don't watch the trailer before you go and see it. Just go and see it. But I won't say any more on the plot, so I'll just get straight into my review. I really enjoyed this film. Even my mum enjoyed this film. We decided to go out on a whim and just sort of like, I wanted to go and see this film anyway. But my mum decided to join me, and that was really nice of her to join me, and she ended up enjoying it just as much as I did. But no, this film is really good. Radio silence hit the mark as always. They have done really well in the films that I've seen of theirs. And yeah, the idea of this ballerina vampire is just weird but hilarious. And there's so many scenes that stick out in my mind. And I will say it is extremely gory. I mean, it starts off light gore, but then as the film goes on, and especially near the end, there is a lot of gore. So if you're someone that's not very good with gore, I probably wouldn't watch this film if I were you, because it is, like I said, there is a lot of blood, there's a lot of guts, there's all sorts, and especially right near the end. So I would say if you're not a massive fan of gore, maybe don't watch this, just for the simple fact of, even me and my mum at points were like, oh, we were like, oh God, you know, things like that. But the effects, speaking of gore, the effects were really good. They were fun, especially with how they dealt with the vampire situation. I thought that was really good. I mean, the little girl that plays Abigail, she did amazing. To start off as sort of like this innocent person and then goes into the vampire mode. Wow, like, she did really well. I think she was a standout in this film. She did really good. The other actors and characters in this were fun to watch and to follow. All the actors in this were really good. It was nice to see Melissa Barrera in something, especially after the whole Scream 7 debacle thing. So it was nice to see her in something else. And she did a really good job in this. I had fun with her character in this. And say, all the other characters were fun. There was a lot of one-liners that I felt were quite funny. But yeah, overall, this film was just so good. And say, even if you were to ask my mum, she would say the exact same thing as me. There were so many laugh out loud moments. I mean, not even just from me and my mum. There was one gentleman who was at the far end of our row. You could hear him laughing, so you didn't feel so sort of like out of place when you laughed at certain things. But yeah, I like the references they did to certain vampire things. I thought that was quite funny. But yeah, overall, this was a very good film. I had fun with this. And to be honest, I think if I was to revisit my top 10 vampire movies list, this would be on that list now. I mean, in fact, I might even think about it some more, and I might redo my top 10 vampire list, because honestly, like I said, I had such a good time with this. It was a bit slow to start with, I will say that. When they were doing the setup, it was a bit slow. But once we got to the actual bit where they were in the house and they had to stay in there for 24 hours, that point, I felt it picked up. Obviously, it would at that point. And yeah, honestly, a good time all around. And I'm glad me and my mum went to go and see it together. Especially since my mum's not a massive fan of going to the cinema. But I'm glad we got to have that experience, because the main reason why I suggested my mum if she wanted to come see it with me is because we both really loved Ready or Not, like one of the Radio Silence films. And she then decided to watch the trailer and she went, oh, this actually looks quite good. And then we come out of it going, this is actually really good. We had a good time with it. It was fun. And like I said, there's so many scenes that stand out in my mind, but I don't want to say anything because it will spoil it. So I'll just say that it is worth a watch. Whether you watch it on the big screen or at home. I mean, I only wanted to watch it on the big screen because, like I said, not many vampire movies come out on the big screen that I get a chance to see. For example, Day Shift on Netflix. I'd love to have had that cinema release, but it's fine. But I had to go and see this one. And honestly, I'm trying to work on my Radio Silence ranking because I would love to do a ranking of their films. But I'm trying to decide if I'd put this above the Scream movies or not, because it is very tough. But yeah, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, Abigail is a fun horror, extremely gory, especially right near the end. Has some good one-liners, good laughs. I will say, like I said, it was a bit of a slow start, but once I got into it, it was fun and enjoyable. And I definitely will be watching it again, whether that's in the cinema or getting it on physical media, because I need it in my collection. It was a good time. And yeah, so my final score for this film is going to be an 8.5 out of 10. It would have been a 9 if it weren't for that slow start at the beginning. But this is, so like I said. But no, if you want to watch Abigail and you like vampire movies, I would suggest watching this film. It is definitely worth your time. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this review of Abigail. I am debating whether to catch up on my 2024 movie reviews. Would you like me to review all the films from this year? Or would you like me just to do reviews for the films that I've seen now onwards? Like, let me know in the comments down below, because I would like to do a review for all the films I'm watching this year, because that's something I've wanted to do every single year, but then I keep missing out on and I keep forgetting to do it, or I'll go and see a film and not review it and things like that. I do want to get into it, so maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'll think about it. But anyway, so yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, then do give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also notification bell down below to be notified when I post. And leave me your comments and thoughts on Abigail. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What's your favourite Radio Silence film? And what's your favourite vampire film? Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys next time.